2 games. I'm not really sure.
No, I think that's just from the last round.
No, I mean they're both. I mean they both won a game in this.
No. I think this is from last round. Oh, is it really?
This is their game 3.
Wow, they went fast.
This is their game 3. Starting off here, we got Faithless Looting. Really good first turn for Dredge. Able to kind of feed their graveyard a little bit, and also be able to get some more cards in their hand that they want. Yep. Starting off for Chris Brown. Oh, that's a
Silent Gravestone.
Yeah, that's one of the newer cards. What do you know about that?
It's a really weird card. So it says activated abilities of... here we go. Cards in graveyards can't be the target of spells or abilities. And then for 4 mana, tap it, exile it, and all the cards from all graveyards, and then draw a card. So it cycles, but for 4 mana, which is kind of a lot in Modern.
Yeah.
But it just... the first ability is kind of weird. Cards in graveyards can't be targeted of spells or abilities.
We got Miss Claus here, who's been with us the last 3 weeks here. Always wee here. Back at you, Miss Claus. Thanks for coming back here. Yeah, so just another little graveyard hate, right, card?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Now, this is not like personally, I don't think this is the best graveyard hate for one. Why do we not see this that often in Modern?
Because a lot of the stuff that you want to stop is more than just targeting stuff in your graveyard, right? So like that stops like reanimation spells. You can't target your stuff, but like say this, right? Bloodghast, it doesn't target anything. It just is an ability that happens. Same thing with Prized Amalgam. So pretty much all the other graveyard hate cards that are played, like Grafdigger's Cage and Leyline of the Void and stuff like that,
would stop it.
They would stop it because they're more universal that way.
So what is this one in particular going to be able to stop from Dredge? Anything or
from Dredge?
It's going to be able to stop like Faithless Looting, right? Oh, Loam. Okay, thank you, Andrew, our tech guy. Just
Yep. Starts like
so it's like it's a little bit good for him to kind of like stop Dredge from being able to do like some of their like powerful like mid to late game stuff, I guess. Then with the Loam.
Yeah. Grafdigger's Cage doesn't stop Loam because it just says like cards can't be played from the graveyards and stuff like that. But I think Grafdigger's Cage stops their more important plan. So,
okay. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, Grafdigger's Cage is probably preferred, I would say, right?
We have Lilian Bender. If you fetch a Godless Shrine, do you have to pay 2 life for it to come in untapped? Yes, you do. So it's called Fetch Shocking, and you take 3 damage. So 1 from the fetch land, and then 2 from the shock land to have it come in untapped.
Do you want to discuss kind of like Fetch Shocking in general in Modern? That's something like... Because we do have, like, normally half of our chat is usually, like, newer players or EDH players, so some of them might not be familiar with kind of the whole fetch shock.
Sure. So there's so fetch lands are a cycle of lands. When were the original ones printed? I don't know. It's not important. Anyway, so they have you can tap them, sacrifice them, and pay 1 life to search your library for either of the 2 colors. There's 10 of them. Each of them go get 2.
Or land types.
Land types. Right. So they have to be land type. So it'll say, like, for instance, the blue-white one, which is Flooded Strand, says tap, pay 1 life, sacrifice it, go search your library for a island or a plains. It doesn't say basic, just island or plains. So the fetch land, or the shock lands, were printed in Ravnica blocks, all of them. And they are both land types. So the blue-white one, again, is Hallowed Fountain. The land type is land, island, plains.
Yeah, so it basically, guys, in Legacy, you don't pay a penalty to fetching the old school duels, but in Modern, there's a penalty, essentially, which is shocking yourself.
Yep, you have to pay 2 life to have it come in untapped.
It's kind of slow the format down a bit, right?
It does a little bit. Sometimes it matters... Well, a decent amount of the time it actually matters. So in slower matchups, you just don't pay the 2 life, but when you really need it, it sometimes is a big deal.
Okay. So right now, guys, Anthony looks like he has been dredging pretty well. It's got a decent graveyard size, also a decent board state. And Chris does have like a few things on board here, but with the 12 life and Anthony now being able to start kind of going off, I think that Anthony's sitting in a pretty decent spot. What do you think?
Yeah, he seems to be pretty far ahead. He's able, Chris is going to be able to kind of like slow down the blood flow, as it were, like being able to chump block and do this stuff like that. He's hoping to try to draw something that's going to really turn the corner for him, which I'm guessing is going to be something like a Baneslayer Angel, or just like anything with lifelink that's really big is going to be a really big game for him right here.
And a key for that Baneslayer Angel, it's got first strike, right?
Correct.
So that's going to be able to be like just a single-handed good wall for him, right?
Yep, it's gonna whatever blocker it is, whatever he blocks is never gonna kill it. It's never gonna be able to deal the damage, and then he's gonna gain life. So he's gonna be able to kind of try to keep parity.
Now, when he's passing turn with mana up, but nothing really on board, that's a pretty big problem for him, right?
It is. I don't see this deck playing too many gotcha spells, like something like Restoration Angel. Although he is an Angels deck.
Settle the Wreckage or something?
Maybe.
Right.
Out of the board, since this is post board, he might be playing Settle the Wreckage. I see him playing a lot of newer cards. So I could definitely see that being a thing.
For Itty Bitty Kitty, do you guys think having the second set of fast lands, Kaladesh made difference? I think all those kind of fast lands and stuff in general, they were okay. They just make kind of decks a little bit easier, but they're not significant because most decks in Modern just like your fetch shocking, the kind of the format in general is kind of functions off of that.
Yeah.
So some of the fast lands are pretty. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, he did.
He had the settle. So yeah, guys, huge for Chris right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Huge. What this card does, guys, go ahead, Dustin will tell us.
Sure, 4 mana, instant from Exelon. It says, here we go, exile all attacking creatures target player controls. Then they may search the library for for that many basic lands, put them on the battlefield, tap, they shuffle. So basically what this is it's been nicknamed Wrath to Exile.
Yep, exactly.
Because instead of Path to Exile, which hits one creature, it hits everything that's attacking.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a phenomenal card that if people don't play around it, if somebody plays around it, they're fine, right? Usually, you'll see. But what that then does is that restricts the amount of damage that you're going to be taking because you're forcing your opponent to have to just only attack with one creature every turn, right?
Right.
Now, and if they don't, then it's a big I gotcha card, right?
Yeah, especially for something like Dredge, where the exiling clause really matters, and the basic land in Modern, most decks don't play that many basic lands. Some do, but most are on a bunch of fetches, a bunch of shocks.
Okay.
So you Wrath to Exile, almost called it its actual name. So you settle the Wreckage them for 3 or 4, and they're only able to get one basic land.
And did we see Anthony get anything? Nothing, right?
I think no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He already had the 2 lands, and he must have dredged the other. I think he plays 2 basic lands.
So it was pretty huge against him.
Yeah, it was really good. He got no value from it.
This is actually, so that Settle the Wreckage basically brought Chris back into this game.
Oh, for sure. Anthony got kind of greedy there. Although, to be honest, Settle the Wreckage isn't a super played Modern card.
Okay.
So, he might have just not thought about it. And so he lost, 2, 3 of his biggest threats.
Talk about this card really quick.
Yeah, so we have Angel of Despair. Good old Guild Pack Angel. It is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count. 7 mana for a 5/5 flying angel. Comes into play, destroy target permanent. So it's a Vindicate on a big body. With the Heartless summoning, it costs less, obviously. So it's also a 4/4. It's a very interesting card. Just being an angel matters, and yeah, big dude.
What's the black-white vampire guy that was really good in Standard? About
Blood Baron of Viscopa.
What would let's see if we can get Andrew to find that one. That one's actually a pretty cool card. I wonder how that would have been in this deck.
I know Chris is on an Angels deck here, but
so it's only beneficial for him.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen any Angel payoffs.
Lifelink protection from white and black. Oh yeah, so obviously this is dependent upon mostly having.
Yeah, but having lifelink and protection from black and white is really huge. It's there's no other way to get rid of him. It stops him from being pathed. And any of the black removal spells. That
would be a cool card to have in here, huh? I wonder.
Yeah, it's a little expensive at 5 mana, but I feel if at some point you're in a black-white mid-range deck and you just land this thing, it might.
Well, isn't the Heartless summoning just letting him drop that for 3 though?
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, obviously we could talk to Chris. Maybe you can interview him or something after. But I mean, obviously, what's the reason he's specifically just trying to do angels in general?
I'm not 100% sure. There might be some kind of angel payoff.
Lyra Dawnbringer or something? Or
sure, Lyra anthems your team.
Or he maybe just wants flyers.
It's definitely possible. I can't think off the top of my head actually any besides Lyra that actually really care about angels.
Yeah. I'm going to answer this question actually for Eistegon. Is Settle the Wreckage main deckable? Attack clause makes me not like it much. Okay, so it is main deckable as like a one-of in blue-white control. You see a lot of blue-white control decks doing like a one-of. And the reason, so yes, definitely it is something that, like, if players know that you're playing it, like, they're going to work around it, you know? But, like, some decks, like, that's important for them. Like, they don't want you to be able to, like, they want you to be afraid of it, so they want you to not always attack. Like, they want you, like, you want them to think that sometimes you have it in hand. Mm-hmm. Oh, it looks like they're scooping here. Oh, so Anthony must have just went for lethal there.
Yeah, I think you can flag rated him for lethal.
Okay.
But yeah, like you were saying, I think it's good as one because, like, the first time you, like, get him, right? Because it's not played all the time.